Dragun from Burlington, Ontario, Glen from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and it'll be Matt leading things off. 2 perfect games to his credit. He'd like one to start off our series with, and he won't get it.
Yeah, good looking shot to start with, though. 5-time Canadian national champion. 2 in Masters team events, 2 in Canadian 5 team events, and he won a singles gold back in 1999 in the Canadian 5-pin championships. Been around a long time, got the talent, that's for sure.
Certainly got the experience, and he starts with a spare. Turns things over to the 46-year-old from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Glen Howarth. Tool and die maker for MacDon Industries. Starting on lane number 10, right lane.
A little bit of movement on that, 3-step back up. Was looking for the ball to cross over the head pin, and he just caught it right on the nose. Drove the head pin straight back.
Saw him do that a couple of times in the warm-up, and I thought, gee, I hope that head pin disease isn't going to carry over, but it did.
Another punch, drove the 3-pin straight back. He's going to have to watch, make sure he gets some movement on the ball to avoid that. You either need angle or you need movement to avoid punching. Tough start.
Wow.
3 shots, 3 punches.
He's in the wrong sport. He should be in the ring. Too many punches. An open frame for Glen Howarth to begin things. Now he moves over to the left lane, lane number 9. Here, ball around the Bayfield. First ball in the 2nd frame.
Another shot. Starts a little bit right, and he's got a drift in his approach. Drifts a little bit left. Threw this one right over the center arrow and gets really good reaction. You can see just at the end the ball starts to make a move left to right on the lane surface.
Matt Dragun working on a spare, and that punching is contagious.
Well, Matt's the same way. Got to get some movement. He threw that ball and it was really just straight end over end roll. And you got, when you're that accurate, an end over end roll, you're going to punch.
Takes out the right side, 3-2. Has a 3-2 remaining on the left side. 2 perfect games to his credit. High league average last season, .262.
And an 11-23 game series, which is pretty phenomenal.
Nice bumper, eh?
A lot of punching so far.
Pretty big steps, 3 steps, not really much of a slide. He just puts that foot down and stops. Missed that target a little bit to the right, and the ball just stayed right of the head pin. See synthetic lanes, but they're also synthetic pin decks here at Barrie. And you're going to get a little bit different movement on the pin deck. That time he was very, very thin on the head pin, and everything just stopped dead. 3-pin slid by the corner pin.
Matt Dragun starting with his spare, and then follows that with a couple of open frames. So it turns things over to Glen Howarth, who started with a head pin in the first frame, followed that with a strike. Here's his first ball in the 3rd frame, trying to double.
I got good movement on that one. Ball crosses over the head pin with that backup. He's in the right-hand pocket, but he keeps it thick enough. Watch this ball move. Excellent shot. Nice controlled 3-step approach. Fairly high backswing, but it's not forced. Another good shot, right-hand pocket. He's lined up now.
He had a scratch rank at the Masters this year, ranked number 1. This is Matt Dragun. coming off a couple of open frames. First ball in the fourth frame.
Needs to get something going here. Third arrow on the left-hand side that time. The ball never got back to the pocket.
Works in the construction trade when he's not bowling in and around the Hamilton area.
Center arrow that time. Ball in the right-hand pocket of that 5-3-2 leave and covers it up.
Second spare for Dragun. First ball now in the fifth frame. Needs to put up some strikes.
That's a better shot. Oh, pretty good reaction on something that was really thick. Leaves himself the left corner, but he gets the good count back on the spare. And that's another critical thing about making sure you hit the head pin, especially when you're working on a spare. See that 3-pin just slid over it. Really, because it was so thick on the middle, the head pin just about went straight backwards.
Third spare of the match for Matt Dragun. Sits down, counting 76. Working on that spare in the fifth when he gets up. This is Glen Howarth looking to make it 4 in a row. First ball in the fifth frame.
Now, that ball started to move. Didn't cross over the head pin that he was expecting. Second head pin of the match. Both of them coming on lane 10. Clean up your wood, make sure of the count.
Wow.
That doesn't help in a game. You know, he's working on a strike, so he just threw away basically 10 pins. He's looking for this ball to move a little bit and take out the right 3-2, but no movement at all.
That only works in football. It's called a convert. Takes out the 3-2 on the right side, leaves the 3-2 on the left side, so it's an open frame for Howarth. 3 strikes, the difference for Glen Howarth so far.
Everything happens when you go to the net, and you make it happen. 3 guys maybe go, but you go to the net. Not all the guys, like that's, okay, there.
Defense or back.
You need someone back. Exactly, we're on the same page here. This is awesome.
You know the way dishcloths get. Dirty, smelly, full of bacteria. But not if you use the Natura cloth. Available only at Home Hardware or Home Building Center. The Natura cloth comes clean and germ-free simply by rinsing. And now there's all-natural Natura cleaner with genuine tea tree oil for outstanding cleaning action with a natural lemon scent. It cleans just about anything safely and effectively. New Natura all-purpose cleaner and the amazing Natura cloth. Only at Home Hardware. Help is close to home.
Wouldn't you rather be boating?
Put some summer in your winter, the Toronto Boat Show.
Presented by the Toronto Star. Launch your boating season at the world's largest indoor lake for boaters. Presented by Easy Dock. And stop by the Discover Boating Center, sponsored by Dodge. The best place to see boats is the best place to buy them.
Oh yeah, put some summer in your winter, the Toronto Boat Show.
January 15th to 23rd at the National Trade Center.
Get unique at IDOMO. Hi, I'm Garrett, offering transitional scaled leather sofas at $6.99. Leather-bound Wangi bedroom for $19.99. Fabric woven dining chairs in cherry for $79. Adjustable sofa sectional that converts at night. Leather queen sleigh bed for $12.99. Get unique at IDOMO. On for a limited time.
Glen Howarth, the 46-year-old from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Coming off an open frame in the fifth. First ball in the sixth frame.
Well done. 6 frames. He's hit the head pin 6 times. 4 strikes, 2 head pins. That's not a bad average. He's just got to work a little bit maybe on picking up the wood on those head pins. Great reaction, though.
Now Matt Dragun, who has struggled. Working on a spare, first ball in the 6. That's more like it.
Better shot. Good roll on the ball that time. Looked like he had the chance to punch it, but because of the movement, that backup, a little bit of left to right movement. See how thick that was, but both 3 pins taking out the corner pins.
Could it be the wily veterans were playing a little possum? Second strike in a row.
Well, I don't know so much about Possum. Maybe he's just starting to feel comfortable out there with the lanes and the lights.
Could be as simple as that. Glen Howarth now trying to double with his first ball in the 7th. Open frames in the 1st and 5th. Outside of that, nothing but strikes.
Oh, got a big break there.
And he knew it.
Well, again, get some rotation on the ball. Even if you are a little bit thick in the middle, you'll make it move. And he did just that. Left 3 pin basically died in front of the corner pin. Cross lane through the 3rd arrow. Good cover.
And it earns him his first spare of this match. But Dragun has a couple of strikes going for him when he gets up. This is Glen Howarth from Winnipeg, Manitoba. And he is working on a spare with his first ball on the 8th.
3rd head pin of the match for Glen. He gets the extra count back on the spare in 7. He's got to work hard and make sure he cleans all of this up, counts the 15 in this frame. He's looking at Matt on a double with a chance to actually take the lead in this match. Big bounce there. That right-hand 3-pin went off the back wall, and he just about caught the other 3-pin. That would have been quite the spare.
Close, but no cigar. Howard cleans up nicely, but it's another open frame. Open in the 1st, 5th, and 8th for Glen Howarth. Now Matt Dragun strikes in the 6th and 7th, and this is his first ball in the 8th, looking for the Toiki.
Got a chance, oh yeah. Little movement, right-hand pocket, just blew all of the corner pins straight back. No stranger to big-time competition. Matt's obviously feeling more comfortable here.
This is where the experience really counts.
Oh yeah, another one, 3rd arrow that time, left-hand pocket. But he's getting great roll on the ball right now. A little bit of a palm in when he holds the ball. His release is the ball sitting in the palm of his hand.
4 in a row for that man. He is in control, in command. Howard needs some strikes. I'll get him that way.
And he set that ball on the lane early, and it jumped right off the time he let it go. That was right all the way. Tough spare. He's going to have to be in the left-hand pocket with this backup, slide the head pin over. Right idea. Just about got that corner pin with the 3-pin coming off the back wall.
Taking a long, hard look at the scoreboard and also the judge, hoping that he'd get a call on this one.
Well, judge of play is going to have to make a call on this. It's a bit of a string pull at the end. Down pin, give him the spare.
I'm looking at our 2 experts, Paul and Kevin, and both look as puzzled as we are as for the call on that one.
What's happening? That ball pin wasn't down?
Judge of play Walter Valentin from the Bowling Proprietors Association of Southern Ontario. Big 10th frame here for Glen Howarth. Boy, last couple of frames just hasn't looked the same. Little tentative at times with the ball.
Punches that head pin straight back to begin the 10th. Takes out the right side, the 3 and the 2. Also gets a little bit of help to take down the 2 pin on the left side, so he's left with the 3 pin.
Yeah, that head pin really effectively was the end of the match. He needed to strike out to have any chance to win this.
So that's it for Glen Howarth of Winnipeg. He will not move on because Matt Dragun, who started with a spare, then was open in the next 2-3 frames, finally got it going in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and looking for another strike, and he found it in the 10th.
Boy, he's on a big roll right now. When you get that kind of reaction, when you're thick, heavy, whatever you want to call it, in the middle, it looks like you're going to punch it, and you end up with a strike, you know you've got good rotation on the ball.
Has a 331 potential.
Thank you very much.
Little bit skinny that time, leaves himself a set of aces. But in this situation, he'll take this in the 10th frame because it really had no effect on the match.
Absolutely no effect. It is Matt Dragun bowling a 308 against Glen Howarth's 223. So it is Matt Dragun from Burlington, Ontario, who moves on to our next round with that victory over Glen Howarth from Winnipeg. 308, 223 the final. White Rock, BC, and it'll be Matt Dragun, who threw 5 strikes in a row to win his opening match. He's now in the quarterfinals and leading off.
Started with a head pin in game 1, starts with a head pin here. He started to look more comfortable as that game wore on, and at the end, those 5 in a row, he was really just following through, free and easy.
Well, free and easy he is not right about now. An early hole for Matt Dragun. Punches back the 3 pin on the left side, but he leaves 2 and opens with an open frame following the head pin. Not a good beginning for Matt as he sits down. And that brings up Kelly Glencross, the 38-year-old from White Rock, BC.
A good start. Little bit of a backup, left to right movement, left hand pocket. Not much doubt about that one.
Trying for the double. First ball in the 2nd frame.
Now let that one get away right. And again, the movement left to right. If you miss it to the right, no chance the ball's going to get to the head pin. Kelly in that first game, he missed the middle 5 times. And here's 2 in a row. And even worse, he's working on a strike, so you lose the count on the strike and in the frame. That's that ball right again and stayed right.
We'll chalk that up to TV quarterfinal nerves as he does a good job of cleaning up. But it's an open frame for Kelly Glencross coming off of that strike in the first frame. Sits down with a total of 35.
Little furrowed brow there, wondering what the heck he did on that shot.
Now let's see if Dragun can get it back together.
Oh yeah, left hand side, back up. Nice looking shot. He gets the ball out on the lane, little bit of lift, and a third arrow with a bit of an angle and a bit of a backup, but left-hand pockets worked really well for Matt. That's going to be in the right-hand pocket, but he's getting carry in either side.
He got on a roll once he struck for the first time in his opening match. He's now got 2 in a row. So Kelly Glencross coming off that open frame in the second, first ball in the third.
Better shot. Thought it looked good. He was left, but the ball should have backed up into the pocket. See the movement on that ball? It really doesn't move at all. With the lanes being as dry as they are, I've been expecting more movement on the ball. Good cover up though.
And he puts a spare on the board to go along with his strike and his open frame in the second. But advantage Matt Dragun at this point in the quarter. Kelly Glencross from BC. Working on a spare. First ball in the fourth frame.
Oh, good shot. A little bit more movement that time. Ball broke a little on the lane into the left-hand pocket. A little bit high. Leaves the right corner pin. And covers it up. First corner pin for Kelly Glencross in a game and a half, and he's 1 for 1 on the spares.
Second spare in a row for Kelly against the man who is looking for the triple here with his first ball in the fourth frame.
Good lift and good reaction. A little bit thin, and that's a bit typical. Thin in the left-hand pocket. You'll leave the left corner pin because the ball does a little bit of a skip inside the corner pin. You can see what happens. Both the 3-pin and the bowling ball go on the inside just past the corner pin.
Matt takes out that 2-pin on the left side and comes up with his first spare of the match to go along with a couple of strikes. He was open in the first frame with that head pin. Now his first ball in the 5th frame.
Right-hand pocket. He's getting carry in both sides, Steve. It really doesn't seem to matter. And you know you're getting good roll on the ball when that happens, when you can get strikes in either pocket. Great reaction. 3 pins taking out the corner pin.
Strike number 3 for Dragun. Glencross working on a spare.
Come on.
It does not drop. It does a little bit of a jig and a dance, but stays up. So he'll have the 2-pin on the right side, the corner pin to take down for the spare.
Second right corner. Second in a row. Right on the nose. Good spare.
Third spare in a row for Kelly Glencross. Glencross spares. Dragun 3 strikes. Doesn't sound too good.
I think my battery's dying.
Might be your oil.
What's my oil got to do with it?
A lot. That's why I use new Quaker State Winter Oil.
But oil's oil.
Not when it's this cold. Regular oil gets thick like molasses. Winter oil flows faster in cold temperatures.
But mine eventually warms up. Right?
Yeah, but without oil, your engine struggles to turn over and has to draw more power from the battery to get things going. Winter oil is formulated to lubricate your engine up to 3 times faster, which can relieve strain on both your engine and battery and can help your car start faster.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I know. Quaker State Winter Synthetic Blend Oil, only $4.99. Things just seem to get a little easier when you start at Canadian Tire.
I'll start with you.
Psst, are you sleepy? No. What do you think it's gonna be like? Mom says there's even more magical stuff now.
Okay, guys, back to bed.
We're too excited to sleep.
Everyone's excited because now a 6-night, 7-day Walt Disney World vacation for a family of 4 at a Disney Value Resort, including theme park tickets, is less than $1,500. Make your plans at disneyworld.ca.
You asleep?
No, too excited.
I heard that.
What's that? Camera one, go.
Monday night on CBC. Laughs, laughs, and more laughs. 3 brand new shows featuring loads of your funny favorites.
Yes.
Check them out and let us know what you think.
I'll be like,
3 new shows, 3 Mondays in a row.
Letty, is nothing sacred?
Colin Mockery and Deborah McGrath are Getting Along Famously. Monday at 9 on CBC.
Oh, shut up.
I win.
Tonight,
Who elected you leader of this outfit?
escaped convicts on the run. George Clooney stars in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Part of 3 back-to-back movies on CBC's Movie Night in Canada. Tonight.
A terrorist plot in Britain. Suspects arrested. A Canadian may be involved, but police won't say why. How did this man become the first person charged under Canada's new anti-terrorism law? Find out on The Fifth Estate. Returns Wednesday at 9 on CBC Television.
Kelly Glencross, BC. First ball in the 6th frame. He needed strikes and he picked one up.
Another one. That one was really thick on the middle, but good rotation, and he carries the right corner pin that time. A couple of breaks here, and Kelly would be right in this match. 2 right corners and a strike in 3 frames.
Matt Dragun looking for the double.
Oh, yeah. He's just getting great roll. Not much doubt about that one.
Strike number 4.
And he's 6 for 6 on the middle. He's got 4 strikes, a head pin, and a left corner pin, which he made the spare on. Pretty solid game by this 63-year-old. No.
Second head pin.
Spoke too soon.
Had a head pin in the 1st frame. Comes back with a head pin in the 7th.
And he knew it right away. As soon as it crossed the arrows, he turned around. Good count back and the strike on the 6th frame.
Still has a potential of 318. Good cleanup by Matt Dragun. Sits down with a 188 total in the 7th. Kelly Glencross goes to work looking for the double with his first ball in the 7th. He has a potential of 346.
And this is a huge 7th frame for Kelly. He's got to carry this. Get back in the match with another strike in the 8th frame, Steve. Nice smooth approach. A little bit of a dropped right shoulder, but he's consistent with it. Good reaction.
Now trying for the triple.
Oh, that's a great shot. Right hand pocket though, leaves the left corner pin. Again, the ball's moving away from the left side of the lane. Chop, the head pin goes one way, the 3 pin goes the other. Left corner's the result.
Misses the deuce on the left side.
Wow. Critical miss. Critical miss. He was back in this match. He actually had the lead. Now by missing this spare, he's given Matt the opportunity to get back in it.
The door is open for Matt Dragun, who's coming off an open 7th frame. Goes to work with his first ball in the 8th. He has a potential of 323. Glencross at 297.
Oh, yeah. Don't give the veteran an opening.
Never, ever. It is Dragun in the driver's seat once again against Glencross. Matt Dragun trying to make it 2 in a row. First ball in the 9th frame, and he's done it.
And he wasn't convinced that was going to be a strike. He had turned around, put his hands over his head, didn't think the ball was going to come back into the pocket. Gets it a little bit thin, but he gets a great reaction. Head pin in the right 3-pin going over to take out the right corner pin. Ouch.
That hurt. That hurt big time for Kelly Glencross. First ball in the 9th, and it's a head pin.
First head pin and the worst time to get it here in the 9th frame.
And then he punches the 3-pin on the right side straight back. So his chances of moving on to the semi vanishing with each ball. Almost cleans up.
1 frame left here. He can still put 3 strikes in a row, get to 265.
And then hope that Matt Dragun has the wheels fall off completely.
Tough break. Again, left corner. He was thin in the right-hand pocket. 4th corner pin of this match in the 2nd left corner.
Gets the spare. So he'll get another chance. Has a potential of 250. And that's it for Kelly Glencross. Sits down with a 248 total. Matt Dragun goes to work, trying for the triple with his first ball in the 10th frame, needing to count 16 somewhere along the way to win.
Well, and it's really a kind of a double count back because he's working on a double.
This time.
So he counts in the 8th, in the 9th, in the 10th. He needs 1 pin to win this match. Any one of the 3 remaining. And that's enough.
That's all she wrote. He'll continue to bowl, but this one is already in the bag for Matt Dragun, and he becomes our first semi-finalist this year, defeating Kelly Glencross. Yet to be determined the final total for Matt as he punches the head pin straight back. So Matt Dragun of Burlington, Ontario wins this one 273 to 248, but more importantly for the veteran Dragun, he moves on to the semi-final round with that win over Glencross 273 to 248. In our men's 5-pin series, Dale Jensen of Dryden, Ontario, a 2-time winner, will try for a first